The other big issue, if you will, for Baltimore is, do the Ravens have a Derrick Henry problem? And that's the question. So I'm going to nod my head yes on this. Derrick Henry had a very mediocre stat line in this game, but he also had a signature fumble yet again for Derrick Henry. So I'm not in my head. You look at the circumstantial evidence on this, and it is piling up. And it's the same evidence that we have seen for many, many years doing this job, where if you're, since the dawn of time, when you're a running back of a certain age and things all of a sudden stop working right, it goes pretty quick. But before we get into the meat of that, let's hear from, we'll hear from Henry in a second, but let's hear from the aforementioned John Harbaugh. Here's John Harbaugh talking about what was a back-breaking fumble late by Derrick Henry. It happened again. Here's the coach.
We got to get it fixed. I mean, that was kind of a blind shot there. I thought he had the ball in good position. I thought the defender got a good look at it, though, because it was kind of a retrace cutback play. So a little bit the perfect storm. But still, I mean, we just want to protect the football. All our guys do, and we got to do it. We got to be good at it.
Perfect storm, except it's happened 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row. All right, here's the man of the hour here, Derrick Henry. You're the running back. You were right there among all the top players in the NFL last year. A great renaissance in Baltimore. And now, what do we got here? Well, explain for yourself. What happened on that fumble?
Crazy right now. 3 games straight. That happened in my career. Straight fumbles in critical moments. It just, ain't a good feeling. I apologize to Flock Nation, and I just want to keep working and get this fixed.
It's a Flock Nation. It's a cheesy name the Ravens marketing department came up with. They could do better. Flock Nation. It sounds like you say that too many times, you'll say the F word. Yeah. All right. So I want to go back though to the argument. My argument here with Derrick Henry, and I was skeptical. I was completely wrong last year. I said, what are the Ravens doing here? And we bring in Henry. He was showing some signs of regression in Tennessee. They brought him in, and he shoved it down my throat. But here we are a year later, and 3 games in, and it's like, well, this is the thing that we have seen from running backs since the dawn of time, as I mentioned here. Once they hit that magic age of 30, they run into a wall. It's not a gentle fade. It's not like you're fading out from a scene in a TV show or a movie. It's, it's not he's useful in certain spots. It's not that. It's a cliff dive. You're free diving off the side of the Grand Canyon, and you're just diving. There's no rope or parachute or anything like that. You're just diving, and you don't get a warning flare. It's not like they say, well, by the way, here's a warning. Your running back's starting to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You don't get a caution sign. They don't send that out. It's bam! You go from King Henry to Court Jester Henry overnight, just like that. Just like that. Now, 1 second, you are the wrecking ball. Right? And then the next, you're toast. You're toast. He's 31, which is not old, but in sports, when you're running back, that's an issue. Birthday's coming up in early January, and the numbers tell the story. If you look at it, 3.1 yards per carry combined the last 2 games against the Browns and now against the Detroit Lions. That is plotting. That is ordinary. And fumble, that's the scarlet letter. The fumble thing's the scarlet letter. 3 straight games, 3 straight fumbles. Lost 2 of them in key matchups. The Buffalo Bills don't come back and win that game without the generosity of Derrick Henry. And you can make the same argument that the Lions don't win that game without the help of Derrick Henry. That he's doing more to help the other team right now than he is to help his team. And so Henry, if it doesn't work out, if this continues here, he can at least replace Bart Simpson and be the new face of Butterfingers, right? Because 3 games in a row, and that's as many as he had all of last year for Derrick Henry. You can't be that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Certainly not now. Not ever in your career. Like, at least he used to be good. Ramondre Stevenson fumbles all the time for the Patriots, but he's not that good. And so if you're Baltimore, though, what do we always say? Don't let a falling star fall on you. Don't do it. You just cannot do it. Don't sit there on the ground and look up and the falling star falls on top of you. The Ravens historically have prided themselves on a lot of things, but they're always a smart team and they're a physical team and all that stuff. And Henry is not looking right now like much of a centerpiece. Now, he did for 3 quarters in that game against Buffalo in week 1, but that's 3 weeks ago now. And it doesn't appear to be just a pothole. It does not appear to be just a pothole at this point. And now you go against Kansas City at Arrowhead, a stout Chiefs defense coming up next week. And if Henry does not look like his old self then, and you start, well, wait a minute here. Now it's like we're a quarter of the way into the NFL season, and does he fumble again here? And running backs generally at age 31, heading into age 32, don't just bounce back. It's not a bounce-back situation. They usually fall apart pretty quickly. And Derrick Henry, who has always been that, he's got that fear factor where he scares the other team. And the only thing he's scaring right now is the Raven fan base. Flock Nation, as he called it there.